2-2 count. Top of the
Trying to
ninth.
get in here.
Ronel Blanco is at a 2-2 count. Let's see what we can do here. Ground ball back to second.
No hitter.
No hitter. Ronel Blanco.
Ronel Blanco. No hitter.
Unbelievable.
Put this somewhere and record it in the podcast.
After this, are you kidding me? After this series, what is happening? What is happening? How?
Baseball's a cruel, funny game.
Ronel Blanco just walked two batters, and he walked George Springer twice.
Unreal.
That is unbelievable.
Especially getting home from.
Neil hasn't even made it home yet. Neil's still on his way home.
Brooks is coming in. Ronel Blanco threw a no hitter.
Get him on the camera. Get him on.
Say Bradley. Say Blanco threw a no hitter. Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Say go Stros. All right, Brooks is starting. Say Blanco
Good night, kids. Good night.
Threw a no-hitter.
Say go Stros.
Go Stros.
Oh my goodness. That
night,
is
buddy.
Incredible.
Monday, April 1st, and the Dome Foamers podcast is back. And as you just heard, we've got a lot to talk about. I'm your host, Christian Kruger, as always with Neil Mieski and Brian Dorton, and we're just lifelong Astros fans that love to talk about the Astros. So, boys, let's go. All right. As you heard, two things just happened.
That was crazy.
The Astros finally won a freaking game.
At home, by the way. At home,
because they've lost 9 straight. And Ronel Mason Blanco.
Thank you.
Just threw a no-hitter. Hat tip.
Hat tip. I mean,
a little golf clap.
Unbelievable.
Awesome.
Unbelievable.
Pretty cool. Just had a kid a little over a week ago. So congratulations to Ronel Blanco.
Did we have that in our predictions? Did anyone have that? Ronel Blanco throwing a no-no in his first outing?
No, I don't think so.
Didn't have that. I didn't have it in mind.
Nor did I think Ronel Blanco would save our season. So let's just rip the Band-Aid off.
I didn't know it needed to be saved.
Let's go there. I'm going to say some opening remarks, kick it to y'all, and then we're going to react to it and then move forward. So, yes, we went 0-4 against the Yankees. That's bad. However,
it looked worse too.
That's exactly where I was going. It's not. Yes, it's about going 0-4. It's also how we went 0-4. The season, as we joked, is not over. There's 157 games left. There are some concerns. There are some things that I need to be done. There are some positives. There's some things that I like that I'm seeing, other than the obvious stuff that is happening. But not a great way to start the season. So let me talk about our sponsor real quick, and then I'm going to kick it to you guys for thoughts. Obviously, we're always sponsored by Two Green with Chupacabra. They're great to us. They sponsor this podcast. This is season 2, episode 2. Technically, total episode number 42. And so the people here, Two Green with Chupacabra, get their rubs on 2gringoschupacabra.com. That's the number 2gringoschupacabra.com. Order the Dome 15 to get a discount on their great stuff. We appreciate those guys. We have a little bit different opening because Dorton and I got on and watched the last batter for Ronel Blanco, which you heard. So we're doing things a little bit different tonight. But, Neil, give me what you got after 5 games, winning tonight 10-0.
It's game 5. I mean, we've gotten through 5 games, and I know there's plenty of people who have the sky is falling mentality, and I'm just not jumping on that. Are there concerns? Are there issues? Yes, all documented in past podcasts. If it would have been the Florida Marlins, if it would have been the Oakland A's, how different are we feeling or whatever? I don't think anything of it. I mean, we were in every game.
You don't think anything of
key situations. I don't feel like it's a 4-game losing streak, and that sucks.
Okay.
Other than that, I mean, you put a 4-game series against anybody in June, and we lose 4 in a row. We're scratching our heads, going, "What in the world's going on?" Yeah, I mean, that's about how I feel. Like the sky is not falling. I don't feel any different. I don't think 94 wins is impossible. Again, are there the issues that we continue to talk about? Relief pitching? Yes. Did our offense come out just blazing guns in the opening series? Nope. Are there things that need to be adjusted and tweaked? Well, sure. Yeah, that's the game of baseball.
Does our first baseman suck? Yes.
I don't think he's performed well. Does he deserve suck? Does he deserve to be replaced by John Singleton? Is that the answer? So
no, I would have never had him on the line. That's
just where I'm going. Like, I mean,
I would have. Yeah, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
I just it was a terrible start. 0-4 is a terrible start. All right, 1-0 it is. We pick up and move on. Blanco comes in, pitches phenomenally. We scored 10 runs. Okay, winning makes things better.
Okay, Dorton.
Oh man, Neil, you stole it. You stole a little bit of my thunder. 0-5 has a bit of a different tilt to it than 1-4, and it shouldn't, but it does. And especially a 1-4 that saw bats come alive. I mean, Maldi. I mean, gosh, Diaz. I get those two confused so often, but
love it.
Diaz just smoking the ball already right out of the bat. I mean, 2 yaks tonight that were bombs, absolute bombs. Tucker, all right. Tucker's going to come out on fire. He's looking great.
Where was Diaz's first home run hit? Because I was at baseball. I saw the second one as I was trying to get kids wrangled. Oppo Taco, which was incredible. Yeah, where was the first one?
His first one was in. I'm pulling it. Like left center. I couldn't remember if it was like dead left or dead pull, but it was left center. It was kind of just right of the Crawford boxes. And it was
it wasn't a cheapie.
Oh no, it was a yak. It was 435.
Was it really?
Yeah. Exit velo 107.
Bomb. Okay. That's what I wanted to know.
Bomb. And the second one was Oppo Taco. Correct.
Yeah, I saw it.
So, I mean, okay, we have a lot to talk about. We certainly do. Uh, we put some runs up on the board. We did over the weekend. We glaringly saw a huge weakness that we all knew was a huge weakness. We've talked about this for we've talked about this for months now. This is going to be an issue. This middle of our rotation. This is going to be a
Yeah,
thing.
but we also talked about a solution.
Yeah, well,
and I'm gonna get to that.
Not there. But
Okay.
I tell you what, like we knew that was going to be a thing, right? I didn't expect it to rear its head in the first 4 games and like uh, become the pivotal position behind why those games tilted the way they did. But there's no doubt. I mean, Montero coming in and getting absolutely lit up is it's at this point, right? It's inexcusable for
Yeah,
the
but it's
amount of
not
money
just
that he's
him. That's
getting
the
paid.
problem. It's not just
For the amount
him.
of money that he's getting paid, it's inexcusable for him to get lit up like that. I just, it is what it is. Who would have thunk also that JP France is going to come in and have a pretty quality start, and then just get blown up when he gets out. So
What do y'all want to focus on first? You want to focus on positives or negatives?
I think we always go positives first.
Well, what's
We'll
your
always
take?
look at some positive. But yeah, let me hear yours first. Let me hear your overall take.
I mean, I said it in the opening, right? I mean, there's 157 games left. I get it, right? Here's my issue. It just Neil. I think Neil said this on our group text, right? Sleepwalking. I can't stand sleepwalking. I can't stand it. But that's not my biggest issue. I'm very concerned with Abreu. I said it before the season started. It's documented. Dorton put it on there. I am worried about him.
Oh,
He did not.
which
he
one?
did not look.
Brian Abreu.
Oh, the other one can go kiss my ass. Brian Abreu.
Brian Abreu. By the way, Jose Abreu is no longer hitless. So
yeah, we'll get into that in a minute. Brian Abreu did not look right in spring. I don't know what it was. He didn't look right. Again, you take spring and you go, okay, whatever. I don't know, man. He has been lit up like a Brandon Belak slot machine so far. I'm concerned because if you don't have that guy, your bullpen just got way weaker. I'm not saying he can't fix it, but there is something wrong right now with Brian Abreu, and that is a massive concern. Okay. Loved what Javier and Brown did. Brown needs to be more efficient, but his stuff plays.
Yep.
Javier looked great. JP France had some moments. The bullpen's atrocious. It really is. Like,
it's pretty bad.
It's atrocious.
All right. Well, let's start there.
Hader's got the credibility, right? He gave up a opposite field single to Soto, who is a good hitter, who I can't stand. He's obviously our next Pujols. We never get Pujols out, so now we're never going to be able to get Soto out. He's the next guy.
Yep.
Fine. He's a good hitter. But I'm not going to crucify Hader for giving up an oppo single to a good hitter. He didn't get hit hard. The rest of them were absolutely atrocious. And thank God for Ronel Blanco tonight because we didn't have to go to the bullpen.
That's one way to avoid it.
It was two. Let me put it this way: we're now 5 games, but in the middle of this game, we were 4.5 games in. Blanco has a no-hitter going into at this point, it was the 6th, and I think we were up 7-0 or 6-0. And I'm not kidding. I said out loud to Olivia, we need more runs here because if Blanco gets pulled and our bullpen comes in, 6 runs isn't enough. How about that?
No. It's not, and that's the biggest issue is I don't know. We know we don't trust Montero. We've got a ton of question marks. Stressley, he gets this pass because of how he's performed in the World Series. I get it. He's either going to shut it down or blow up. Now we have a struggling Abreu. Taylor Scott can go back to South Africa, all I care, because he can't throw a strike. Parker Mieski has been effective, but how long is that going to last for? I don't know, man. Like, it's a real concern. And I'm just highlighting what we've talked about in previous podcasts before the season started. If you're going to keep pinch hitting for Jake Myers in the end of the game, then why is he your starting center fielder?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he should or shouldn't be. I personally, we talked about this. You can leverage him for a power arm. Well, let me tell you what, if we don't got Abreu, we are screwed in the pen then. I don't know what you do. You have to trade him because then you have Dubon, who needs to play more, which I know we'll get to, and Chaz can play center, right? And then you bring up the kid who's just, I don't know, all the energy and athleticism that we didn't want on this team is just raking in Sugarland already.
Yep.
What do you mean that we did? What do you mean by we didn't want?
He's the young kid with energy and athleticism. We sleptwalked through 4 games. I don't know why you don't want that guy on your roster. I don't know why you want a John Singleton on your roster.
Okay, so you're saying that the organization didn't want him there.
Well, all these other teams bring up their guys. I don't understand why the Astros don't.
Okay, I didn't know if you were saying Brian and I said that we didn't.
And I'm not putting that on Espada. Maybe it is, but I think it's the Dana Brown issue.
Mm-hmm.
The guy hit 440. We have John Singleton wasting time, who has as many hits as the guy in front of him, who's a waste of space right now too, making $19 million a year.
So he's got.
Are we not an older team?
Oh yeah.
So bring up some energy and athleticism, just like the team up north did last year with Evan Carter. Oh, and by the way, they've got a kid that played 44 games last year in the minor leagues, made their roster. But we can't keep Joey Luperfato on the freaking roster. It pisses me off.
Yeah.
Well, as far as the bullpen goes,
yeah, sorry, I went on my tangent.
Yeah, there's obviously things that have to improve, right? And when we talk about Montero, what's frustrating about Montero is obviously the salary for the production, which we'll get into, like you said, but that's where Jose Abreu falls into. The salary that you are being paid for the production that you're given is the handcuff. And have we ever had high expectations on Rafael Montero? No, I haven't.
2 years ago.
He had a good. I'll say he had a good year.
2 years ago.
But to say that, but to just think that he's the guy that, but when you talk specifically about those two, again, you go back to Jim Crane.
Yeah.
Those are Jim Cranes.
And you're right. But the problem is Montero is not the only one. He's not the only problem in the bullpen.
No. Oh gosh, no. Yeah,
but you're right. The salary is what gets you to stick out.
The expectation.
But where do you go to if you're a spotter right now?
Right. Yeah, and that's where
we've pitched Hader, and we've pitched Hader in 3 of the 5 games, and he came in losing in every game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because the guys before him blew the lead.
So
well,
let's think about this. Presley is still a closer, right? There is value in that. Do we need 2 closers on this team?
He's not a closer anymore.
Would he be considered a closer on another team? He has been a closer up until there was value to teams wanting a closer. I feel like we start shopping at this point. We start shopping Presley, We start shopping Myers while he's hot.
You got to have you got to get an upgrade for Presley though. Like my thing right now is we've talked about this three-headed monster. You got Abreu, Presley, and Hader.
Mm-hmm.
Abreu's just wrong right now. Presley's Stressley. Presley's going to do the same thing he always does. He's going to go in and you're going to see him pitch through an inning, 2 strikeouts and a ground ball. You're like, okay, he's back. And then the next game he's going to give up a walk and 2 hits and he's going to lose. I mean, that's just who he is. He's a bulldog. We love him for what he did in the World Series, but he's not unhittable. Abreu is the X factor here. He's got to get it right and got to get it right in a hurry. Because then you can start making moves with the other guys. The other guys are trash. I mean, I'm sorry, they're trash. Like, I don't know where you go.
Well, I think 5 games in, it's perhaps a little early. Now, I mean, surely things can go the way they've been going and it's not fixable. But there's also the scenario to where things do improve. And
I think Brian Abreu can improve, and I think Presley can improve. I don't trust any of the other ones improving. There's no track record.
And I don't foresee the Astros doing anything about it.
You're probably right, unless it gets worse. I mean, listen. I'm with. So Abreu can improve, no doubt. We've seen him do it. He has a track record. Presley can too. He has a track record.
I'm not worried about Presley.
You go and okay, you're not. I am, but that's fine. I'm also saying there's a track record, so he can definitely improve.
Sure.
Hader is going to be Hader. He's had 1 bad pitch, and it was a single. He's fine, right? I'm not worried about that. Those guys cannot pitch every night. They really could pitch a third of the games. That's too many, really. Wait, a third of the games is
60.
60, roughly. Yeah. So they can pitch about 60, give or take.
Yeah, I mean it's not a third. I'm just saying.
No, right.
60 games.
There's basically 60% that you have to cover. So roughly, right, depending on how your starters do. So if you can't have Abreu and Presley and Hader throw 7, 8, 9 every night, what do you do if you're Joe Espada?
Well, yeah, because, and again, we talked about this, but the Staniks, we let guys like that go, Neris, and who's the other one I'm missing? Stanek, Neris, and Phil Maton. But Neris, right? We had confidence in Neris. But it wasn't
I like Neris.
Ish.
No, I had confidence in Neris.
But when those other 2 dudes came in, it wasn't like they were just locked down studs.
Maton threw strikes. Maton threw strikes.
But sometimes, just like in the opening series, you got smoked.
Yeah.
Stanek would throw 105 miles an hour, and who knows where that was going.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just not pressing the panic button. I know that our bullpen is right now, you're on watch. I get that. But what are we going to do? What's the answer? What's the solution? There's not anybody down below. Not that I'm aware of.
Aaron Getty.
Are people?
You can.
Is he? You think they put him in the pen?
I don't know. Probably.
He's the next arm.
Yeah, they'll probably ramp him up in the pen. Maybe. Probably. I don't know, man. But I think he's gonna be here sooner than later. But Taylor Scott.
Yeah, when he made the opening day, I even said, "Who the hell is this?"
Oh, Tay.
Yeah,
Brandon Belak comes in and gets absolutely shelled.
Yeah.
Hey, here's one for you. Shocker.
Yeah, didn't see that coming.
Parker Mushinski has a ERA right now of 13.5.
Oh, so I missed. I must have missed him getting shelled because he pitched one game really well. So he must have came in and got freaking shelled.
Yeah.
I think, was
Yeah,
that yesterday? Was that yesterday, I think?
I
thought it was 2 days
didn't
ago.
watch enough of it.
It was
Yeah, it
enough.
doesn't
And
It
then,
was
matter.
enough. It was enough for
you
me
know,
to revisit that Google Maps meme from him last year that was directions to Sugarland, but
Sugarland.
walking
you know
directions.
who are
You don't
based on
even get to
ERA,
ride.
our relief pitcher, the best relief pitcher based on ERA. You know who that is? Seth Martinez.
Stress. Oh
Mhm.
God, I can't.
Yeah.
He kills me
Yeah.
too.
So
What is it?
again, concerns, yes, they're still there. What are we going to do about it? Probably nothing short term, because I just don't see us making some trade right now.
No.
I mean,
I agree, but the bullpen's not going to get
so
the bullpen. The bullpen, other than the big three, I don't see it getting better. The big three can get better, but the big three can pitch 35 to 40% of the games. That's it.
yeah, I think I'm going to say that we have room to improve in certain places, and I understand what you're saying. I mean, the big three is the big three, and that's who we're hanging our hat on in the bullpen. I don't expect our outings for the rest of the year to look like what it looked like in the opening series.
No, it's not. But
But
you want to piss off a pitching staff and a starter? Keep blowing his games when he leaves with a lead. When
For
Javier
sure.
throws 6 shutout innings and he hands it
Mhm.
over the bullpen and just vomit down his leg.
Well,
What a
and we
great
haven't even talked.
what an awesome, by the way, what an awesome start by Christian, right? Like that was
Yeah, he
encouraging.
looked. I think
He
I
looked,
don't remember, but he physically looked good. He
yeah,
physically,
he's lost weight. He's
yeah.
like it's been a whole thing. Like
Okay.
he's
And then Fromber, we haven't touched on Fromber's mental state. I mean, who knows? It's the same old confusion when we talk about Fromber, but obviously he was all over the place and not the start that we wanted, given a 4-run lead. So the pitching staff, we know. I mean, we have beat this up and said, "Oh man, this is a World Series team minus the depth in our pitching." We have that has been said. We know, we agree, and to sit here and be surprised by it, I'm not surprised. I'm just hoping it gets better. And I don't know how that is, other than because again, I don't foresee us making trades or AAA promotions to fix these things. So get better, or we're going to suck, or we're going to have to outscore people 10-0 and have Ronel Blanco throw no-nos the rest of the year. So it's something that, I mean, Dana Brown knows, right? I mean, he knows this. So
all right, let's I'm just going to give you two right now. I know it's 5 games, and you're right. My issue with the 5 games is it's how it's looked, right? And we talked about that. The Braves, the Yankees, unfortunately, the Rangers, the Orioles, these teams are no joke. Dodgers, I mean, I hate all of them. Well, I don't hate the Orioles. I like watching the Orioles. But what I'm saying is they came out, the Diamondbacks look freaking salty. I mean, the Pirates aren't going to stay doing the Pirate stuff, right? We know that. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like the parity in baseball it's not what it used to be. I think there's some really good teams, and I think there's some really bad teams. We'll see.
yeah,
If you were Dana Brown, I'm going to ask each of y'all independently. If you were the Astros GM, would you trade if you could trade Jake Myers for a power arm? Would you right now?
I would
if
have
it
done
was
it.
a fair,
I would have done it already.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah, I think I'm on the
But
same page.
if the phone rings this week and it's a team that needs a center fielder and they have a power arm that matches, so it's a positive for that team and a positive for the Astros,
Yes.
would you do it?
Yes. Would have done it. Would have done it last week. Would have done it 2 weeks ago. We'll do it now.
Yeah, and I just don't think 5 games in, any GM is out there going, all right, that's it.
Yeah. Time.
No,
time
they're
to
not.
wholesale.
They're not.
But I
Yeah,
mean,
no one's wholesaling.
yeah, you're saying, do we need help, and is Jake Myers an asset to where we could use him to get that help while having a Dubon sitting there missing bats? Well, sure. And this is what we've screamed coming into this. It wasn't done for whatever reason, and
Why are we
so
pinch hitting? Why are we pinch hitting a Singleton and Abreu for Myers late in the innings, or late in the games? Like, either hit him because he hadn't been terrible. We got 2 hits tonight, but like, I don't know, dude. And I'm not gonna. I don't know. It's obvious. You have Chaz, you have Dubon. Again, it's 5 games. Every time Dubon's got in there, something positive has happened. He needs to play. You need to trade from a position of strength. We said this. We don't get paid millions of dollars. The Dome Foamers are right more than they're wrong. It's just frustrating. It's frustrating because the bullpen is an issue, and it's going to be an issue until something changes.
Now,
okay, go ahead.
The other aspect, and we may be transitioning to this, is our offense. I mean, I know tonight was, whatever, the Blue Jays, but it's not like, I mean, and I know you want to point fingers at Jose Abreu with 1 hit. Oh, by the way, Jordan has 2.
Yeah.
Bregman has 3.
Bregman's not knocking the ball off or knocking the cover off the ball yet.
And so there's plenty of.
However,
I'm not worried about.
However,
Jordan
there's some
or
upside
Bregman.
there. There's some upside there. Right?
It's like Hader. Not worried about him.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm
now,
not worried.
If we're in June and these numbers are around the same, then yeah,
Neil,
we need to start looking at
your
health.
Your point is fair, no doubt. I had to watch that MFer play all last year, getting paid stealing $19 million. And I've seen him twice not be able to field a ground ball. It's time for a freaking change. And if that means sitting him for a week, sit him for a week.
Well, I tell you what, huge
save the no-no
change. So, yeah, I mean, he saved the no-no tonight.
Congratulations. I'll give you a gold star.
But here's a huge gold star on our managerial staff.
Yeah, he don't care. He don't play.
He sat game 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
And game and he moved. He flipped Diaz, which, by the way, how's he done in the 5th spot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean y'all found my whipping boy. But it's not that he's got 1 more hit than all 3 of us have in Major League Baseball this year, and that happened tonight, game 5. It's the fact that he's not hitting velocity. He's behind. He's late. It's how he looks. It looks like the same guy last year. Right. Anything 95 and higher, he is behind, and he is 0-2 every single time up to bat. And I wish I could go back and make my prediction lower for his WRC plus, because to me right now, he's not an everyday player.
So he's not an everyday player right now. Is that, again, Jim Crane signs him, plenty of warning signs that not the same guy, but okay, pays an extreme price. And so again, we're locked. We're locked in. We're being held hostage by the Monteros and the Abreu's because we can't afford to go get anybody else. And if there was a first baseman in waiting, and you're going to say Luperfido, potentially, then let's find out. I'm not sitting here saying Jose Abreu deserves every game. He definitely, I don't agree, deserves to be in the 5 hole. And Espada says we ain't doing it. Good. I mean, there's something to be said right now for Pena to be not in the 8th hole. I mean, that guy's playing.
Leave him
playing
there.
some good offensive baseball.
Let him do what he's doing.
Yeah, and so you get into some of that. Like, don't change him because he's doing good. I agree.
Well, I don't care. I don't care making him 6 or 7, but leave him down there. Let him do his thing down there. I'm talking about Pena, of course.
Sure. Right. But there's just it's going to be interesting, and Espada, I mean, he's smart enough. He's not messing with the top 4 because he knows the top 4. He knows those guys will come around.
He doesn't need to be messing with the top 5
games.
now. The top 5 needs to stay with the top 5 is.
Right.
Wait,
I'll be interested to see. Go ahead.
No, go Neil.
No, go ahead, because I'm about to go off on a tangent.
Oh, I'll be interested to see if any of those top 4. I mean, if Bregman continues to struggle, does he get to 5 and Diaz get to 4? You know, is how long of a leash do these veterans that are in our top 4? How long is that leash?
Sure.
You know, and again, we talk about, okay, sitting Abreu. Yep. I mean, is there a time to where we sit a Bregman when he's struggling? You know, and Breggy don't like it and all that, and I get it. But then the same scenario, who is it? Who plays third base? Essinger?
Right.
So those are the things that I'm looking to see what Espada does and how he manipulates and motivates. That will be different than
I'm confused. I just don't think Bregman's going to struggle like Abreu is.
Probably not.
No way.
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't.
I'd hope not.
Could it happen? Sure, but I don't see it happening. Here's what I know. Hey, let me just, because I am, and then I'm going to let Dorton go.
Yeah.
But real quick, could Joey Luperfido be better than Jose Abreu right now?
Mason Mieski could be better than Jose Abreu right now. Right now.
Fair.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know, but you would say
you think
Luperfido would have at least a hit. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you would think
can't be worse.
In 5 games, Fido would at least
0% he's worse.
I'm 0%
he can be worse.
I'm just not ready to throw him to the dump. Now, I'm not saying he has to start every game, but I'm not ready to just, oh, here we go again, 5 games in. I'm not there. I'm not there, no different than Bregman or Alvarez. Now, maybe not to the level of those two, but
yeah, I can't put those 3 in the same category. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I'm ready to say absolutely on
platoon him.
Yeah, I'm ready to say it. Do you know why I'm ready to say it? Because this is the same Abreu who suited up all of last year. And guess what? He sucked all of last year. And I mean, like, I have not seen an upside to that guy in an Astros uniform. I have not seen one.
95 miles an hour or harder on the high outside.
He is
you
gone.
Could give that guy a tennis racket and he wouldn't hit it. Give him a tennis racket and he won't hit it.
That's fair.
If I could have found in Vegas that they would have sent Joey L down, because that's what I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him Joey Bats, because that's what he is. It's Joey Bats. If I could have found in Vegas that he was going to go down to Sugarland and just rake, I would have said, how much money can I put on that? Because that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
All right, Dorton, you want to go off on yours? So I'm giving you the floor because I could talk about
So I'm going to go ahead and just say this. I'm on this in the same vein that Neil's not ready to throw in the towel on Abreu just yet. I'm not ready just yet to just give a chest out, told you so about our catching position and our catcher because I want a couple more games, maybe 5 or 6 more games of incredible stats. Oh, and by the way, tell me more about him calling a no hitter tonight. Tell me more about that. But also tell me more about him calling a no hitter and going yak twice in that no hitter. You know
Pretty
what?
good.
Our general last year may have called a no hitter as well. He ain't going yak twice.
Well,
One of them
here's my
435
It's a
miles.
complete joke.
It is not even close. It's
but
not even close.
Y'all know if Maldonado was there, tonight would have been a perfect game.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, right.
Maldonado
He wouldn't
would
have.
have
He
called
wouldn't have
those 2
walked.
walks.
He wouldn't have.
No.
Yeah, he wouldn't have walked George twice. That's true.
Yeah,
That's true. Because he knows
it's
George.
pretty.
He
Yeah, I
knows
mean,
George well
it's
enough to
pretty
know what.
embarrassing.
Yeah, yeah,
It's such
yeah.
a drop off in how he
What
handles
like?
pitchers.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yeah, of course.
Does anyone want to care to take a guess of what Martin Dorton Maldonado is batting this year so far?
Does it start with a 0?
100% it starts with a 0.
If you took Briley Kruger's batting average here at my house as a 4-year-old and what her batting average would be in Major League Baseball, it would be exactly the same.
But how many no hitters has he called so far? He's probably called like 7 or 8 no hitters.
0.000.
Listen, and I say that because, and
we
I
would have
know
won the freaking World Series last year if Diaz was a freaking catcher.
I totally agree. So listen, I say that because I know 100% that these people on Twitter, and this is my fault for getting on Twitter because Twitter is just vile and just spews whatever. But the fact that these people are on Twitter and they are absolute trolls. They are the only reason that you are at this point saying that we are losing 4 games to the Yankees because we don't have our captain behind the plate anymore.
Gosh.
If you're saying this on like social media and you're putting it out there, you're not doing it because you believe it. You're doing it just to get a reaction out of me, and I refuse to respond to it on Twitter.
I respond. I
refuse to respond to it on Twitter just because I don't want to encourage that stuff to continue to happen. But I will say this. If on the offset, on just the off chance that you actually believe that, you believe that we did not win those games because the man behind the plate who's absolutely raking at the plate isn't calling the right pitches, that's the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life.
Cool.
And I'll say that like without a doubt.
So,
it is
Brian,
insane.
tell me this. Brian, is now the time that we're supposed to be thanking Dusty?
No.
When does that come in?
That
Not
comes,
yet?
it comes in a bit. No, we'll know. We'll know it when we see it. We'll know it.
I know Dusty said we're going to
coming.
thank him one day.
It's
I just
coming.
want to make sure I don't miss that.
On one of the many Astros fan pages, Dorton, like you on Twitter, on Facebook, someone posted a picture of Dusty and said, after we lost 3 in a row, "Go, you missed me yet?" And I couldn't help myself. Couldn't help myself. So I responded.
You have to
no,
not respond.
I said no. If he would have played Diaz, we'd have won the World Series. I said it.
If you respond, and I say that because I'm talking to a almost master troll who just responses and only encourages him. You oh man, like, but that being said, there's an off chance that what they're saying, they actually like, there are some people out there who probably actually believe that this
Oh,
team
there
is
is.
better
Totally.
off with Dusty as the manager and Martin Maldonado behind the plate.
Totally.
And to me, that is insane. But hey, this is America, and you believe what you want, and you are free to be as wrong as you choose to be.
Yes.
But you go ahead and do it.
Honestly, Espada is one of my least worries at all. Like the fact that he's moving Abreu and the fact that he's
Making changes,
making changes and tweaking
sitting
things,
people.
and
Yeah.
there's nothing drastic. And at the same time, like he didn't. Sorry, he's not the GM. He didn't build this bullpen. He was given
Right.
this bullpen. He was given this roster.
And listen, you know what?
Um,
You know what a roster is not dictated by? The day of the week.
Yeah, but
Well,
y'all know my
it's
gripe. Y'all know my one
it's
big gripe on the roster, and I don't know who that was. That could have very well been a collective, thing.
mm,
I have a feeling he's going to be up before we know it. Especially if he keeps raking like he is in Sugarland.
well, yeah,
Um,
but that being said, like roster lineups, no, like lineups aren't dictated by the day of the week, right? The
Right.
starting lineup is it's Tuesday. This is our Tuesday lineup. Doesn't matter who we're playing. This is our
Yeah.
Tuesday lineup.
Who's center?
Espada,
Who's got the partnered up with what center fielder and what
yeah,
catcher? And
yeah.
yeah. No,
Espada
Has
I'm
there
with you.
been
doesn't
just
do
because
that.
we have crazy schedules, right? Has there been any updates on Verlander?
Yeah, there was something out today. It, it's it's soon. I can't here. Let me look it up. But on track now. If you're asking about a date, I don't have that with me right now. I
Right.
didn't
No,
read
just
the
just
article.
I was at a baseball game. Yesterday was Easter, and for all those that obviously, I hope everyone had a great Easter. I didn't watch a ton of the game yesterday because I was really mad at the Astros, and I wanted to enjoy Easter. And I'm glad I didn't watch a lot of it. But
Yeah, I'm
yeah, so
glad you
I
didn't.
just I
Or
just
the
I,
end, you would
I
have
just
not been happy.
I just didn't know if they said an update on Verlander.
Yeah, so it says he threw a simulated game, looked good, threw about 50 something pitches.
Okay.
If he comes back tomorrow, he's going to throw his rehab start soon. Without me just gazing through this,
I'm gonna go ahead and say then we're looking at 3 weeks.
this weekend he's so AAA Sugarland is home this weekend, so Verlander wouldn't have to travel far. He debuted last year on May 4th and made 16 starts with New York before we got him. So,
But
knock on
let's be
wood.
honest, like
3 weeks.
real talk
3 weeks.
here.
I bet 3
Yeah,
weeks.
but real talk. Even when Verlander is back, and let's just knock wood, say that he's 100% healthy and he is tip top, right? That's not going to change what's going to happen when he comes out in the fifth or sixth.
No.
That's not going to change anything. So he throws six shut down innings, and he does what Javier just did.
Yep.
And then
I'm telling you, that's the issue.
We've put up 2 or 3 runs on the board, and kind of offense is doing its job.
It's putting a
Starting
ton of
pitcher is
pressure on
doing
the. It's
its
doing a
job.
ton of pressure on the offense. It really is.
It's putting the pressure, because let's be honest, like we didn't score 10 runs this weekend, but we also didn't get shut out.
One game we scored one.
We scored one,
Sorry.
but we didn't get shut out. And I mean, and that should have been that one loss, that 3-1 record that all three of us predicted, right? Like
Sure.
that game that we scored 1 run should have been that loss. The rest of those, we should have been able to shut them down.
Yeah, I mean,
it's about to pour. It's about to pour in my house, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Pitching's a concern. There's no doubt. Offense, the names, the order. It's gonna the ebbs and flow of a 162 game season. I think we know our offense works itself out more likely than our pitching. So or relief pitching specifically. And, even with, like you said, Brian, with Verlander coming back, okay, that removes a starter. Who's that starter? Is it the sixth guy that just threw a no-no?
Yeah, is it
So then you go, okay,
one?
so then you,
Yeah,
so then you say JP France. Well, is JP France the solution to our bullpen?
right.
No.
No,
Who, by the way, also had a pretty okay start, for JP
fine.
France.
I mean, it was okay. Like, yeah, I mean, like, I'm not going to give him a gold star and I'm not going to crucify him. I mean, he is what he is. Like, he's smoking mirrors. He's like, hey, hit it 400 feet to dead center field and it's an out, or hit it 500 to left field and it's gone. Like, I mean,
Here,
But
here's
that's
what
he
he
is
does.
what he.
Here's
That's
what he
him.
did, though. Yeah, that's right.
That is
He
him.
That's
pitched
him.
That
five
is
and
him.
2/3 innings. He pitched
Yeah.
5 and 2/3 innings. Now, obviously,
I mean,
Blanco threw 9.
if that were him,
Farber threw 4 and 2/3.
yeah, if that were
Javier
him,
threw 6.
if he were getting shelled, if people were hitting it 103 off the bat, like every other at bat off of him for 1 or 2 games, I'd say, oh wait, maybe we shouldn't have him. He's been doing
That's
this
happened before.
he's been doing this for a full season. People
Yeah.
hit
Right.
absolute BBs off of him. Like they tee off, but
Yeah, the only person they hit
most of
harder
them stay
is
in the park.
the only
Most
person
of
that
them
hit
stay in
harder
the
is
park.
Black. That's the only person that hit harder.
Well, and those leave
Yeah,
the park though.
just
That's
all
the
the
difference. Those leave.
yeah, it's scary. The big picture in all of this is the pressure that Espada has now. If he doesn't have confidence in his bullpen and our offense isn't putting 10 runs on the board, you get to that fifth inning late to where you go, okay, he's in some trouble. Do I go over here to Montero, Seth Martin, or do I trust a tired or what appears to be a tired Javier France Valdez, insert whatever starter.
Right.
And so does he ride these starters longer because of the lack of faith in our bullpen? Because our offense, I mean, if there's a comfortable lead, sure. You got the room to make that decision and leave some room for error. But that's the part that could see potentially playing out is Espada having to ride our starters a little bit longer in fear of what's lying in the bullpen. And in a long season, how does that play out? And
I'll tell you who's going to end up in the bullpen, and it could probably be good. Is the guy that pitched tonight? No.
Yeah.
Who?
I'm gonna have to delete that one. Well, that's what we said when he comes back. I know y'all picked the under on a half an inning, but he's the guy.
No, the guy tonight.
Yeah.
Look, the guy tonight is a 2-inning bullpen guy, essentially. Look. Again, hat tip. Congratulations. His life changed tonight. Good for him. Had a baby. Like, awesome.
Yep.
He saved our season. I say that in tongue in cheek, kind of. But, like, he is a 2-inning bullpen guy. That's what he is. I think that's where he can be effective. The problem is now you got to take his spot in the rotation.
Mm-hmm.
He's got power stuff that France and Belak don't have.
Correct.
So he
I agree
is
with
going
you on that,
to
100%.
he is going to start for a while, and then he's going to move into the bullpen and be a 2-inning guy. The problem is then, and I'll tell you right now, I'll tell you the changes I would make. So let me tell you right now, when JV comes back, might as well when JV comes back, this is what I would do. I would DFA the absolute crap out of Brandon Belak because he has no more options. Like I would physically stand him up and punt him somewhere, wherever. He goes off the 40. You got to make a move anyway. So there you go. He's punted to a car dealership in Houston where he gets to work the rest of his life. Good for him. He's been a pro pitcher. You activate Verlander. Okay. You move Blanco to the bullpen. and you bring up Spencer Getty.
All right.
You gave him a month in Sugarland to see what he's got because he pitched great in the spring, by the way, and then played the Astros in Minute Maid and shut them down 2 innings, nothing. So I just would do it. He's fresh arm. Maybe they keep Blanco where he is and put Aaron Getty in the bullpen, but Blanco's done the bullpen thing a lot, and I think his stuff will be better in 2-3 inning spurts. Tonight's an anomaly, right?
Sure.
So
let's see what he does with a couple more. Let's also see what he does.
He will.
He's going to get some.
He's going to get at least
he's going to have at least 3. He's going to have at least 3.
Yeah,
he's going to have 3 or 4, I think. And if he's rolling, of course they're going to leave him in there. But
you bet.
What I would do,
I do like the visual of Belak becoming a Kenny Powers at a used car dealer.
Yeah. I mean, it's what's going to, I mean.
I love it.
Yeah. And, the other one, the Gordon kid.
The lefty.
I mean, he's a lefty. He's a lefty that we've got to, I guess.
I figured he would have pitched more in the spring, and he didn't. I don't know. I mean, but yeah, he's a power lefty. But Aaron Getty's obviously more polished and more ready than he is currently. But
sure, no.
I mean, the Dodgers bring these pitchers up. They do great. I mean, look, he's there's nothing else he can do. He's like Hunter Brown. There's nothing else he can do in Sugarland. He's done it.
Right.
He looked great in the spring.
Right.
If he gets shelled, guess what? He's got options. You can always send him back down, or you can send him in the pen.
Yeah.
Belak doesn't have any options, so that's why you get to punt him to the car dealership in Missouri City.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
And if the car dealership in Missouri City wants to sponsor the Dome Foamers,
yes. And while we're on the subject of punting people to DFA in Missouri City, and when all that happens, you take Big John, and you don't get punt him. You take a bulldozer and just move him over to the car dealership in Missouri City with the DFA paperwork, and you bring up Joey Bats, and then he platoons with y'all's boy, and you give him a month, and after a month, whoever's hitting better, the other one gets punted to the bench.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
And if Abreu's doing better, then Looper Fado can be the utility guy, can play second, and can play outfield, and can pinch run, and can pinch hit. I bet you
what you're saying is,
but
play the better ones.
You're saying play the person that's doing well?
Yeah. It's weird.
No. That's not Astro baseball. Astro baseball it's Tuesday, so here's the lineup.
Series. Don't lose a World Series when you have the Rookie of the Year on the bench.
But Game 7 of the ALCS was a Thursday, and sorry, this is our Thursday lineup.
I'm gonna say this before Dorton. Dubon needs to be in the lineup.
No duh.
He needs to be in the lineup.
Yeah, you think? No
Yep.
Yeah, everyone knows this. That's my boy right there. That's my boy.
I had someone on Twitter, back to Dorton's Twitter, that said Jake Myers has a stronger arm than Dubon. I said Jake Myers can't throw it 50 feet. He can run and go get it. But don't ever tell me Dubon doesn't have a stronger arm. That Jake Myers has a stronger arm than Dubon. Give me a break.
How many Gold Gloves does Myers have?
0.0.
Okay.
Right. And Dubon. Oh yeah, Dubon's got.
Yeah, he kind of has one.
Huh.
Okay. Sorry. Now you got me going. Okay.
Yeah, I think overall.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Top 5, right?
Okay.
We know the top 5 hitters. This is what I would do right now. I would hit until we saw a change. I would hit Chaz 6, if I would hit Joey Bat 7 because he's a lefty. Hit Pena 8, and
hope he continues.
Hit Doobie 9.
You know what? I would one up you. I would one up you there, and I would hit Doobie 8, and I would hit a white hot Pena at 9.
I mean, I don't think you
Colorado.
can go wrong either way.
Yeah.
I just trust Doobie more, and I like him leading off in front of Altuve when the lineup flips around. But sure, Pena's going to be streaky. Like Pena's going to go white hot, and he's going to go ice cold, probably. Okay, that's fine.
Pena
We are
and
white
Yanner
hot Jeremy right now. We are white hot Jeremy.
And yeah, I mean him and Diaz are both have the same average.
8 hits.
Both 4s across the board on that.
8 hits. So 8 hits in 5 games.
That's what I would do. I would hit Chaz 6 for protection behind Diaz. I would put the left-handed, super athletic, 6'3", 220-pound Joey Kruger bats hitting 7, and then I would bat Pena 8, Doobie 9, and I would have Abreu get splinters up his ass on the bench right now.
That's fine. I'm fine with that. I'm just fine with that
until he proved it.
Yeah.
Real quick to come back to the fact that tonight was a no hitter. Like, let's circle back to that. The Ronel Blanco threw a no hitter tonight. It's unbelievable. First of the season, first of Major League Baseball, like unreal. Ronel Blanco. You know what? All seven of his strikeouts. Do you know what pitch he threw on all 7 strikeouts?
Only because I only watched from the 8th inning on. No, because I was at baseball.
Changeup, baby.
I was gonna say off speed.
Love it.
His changeup. Apparently, his changeup tonight was fire.
Joe Dirte.
7 strikeouts, all of them on a changeup. And and honestly, he is 2 pitches away from a perfect game. Because he took because of Maldonado, and because he took George. I think he took him full. He took him full the last at bat
one
for sure.
I saw that.
And he may have taken him full that second at bat, or the first walk. I'll have to look and make sure, but
I'm not saying by any stretch I thought he would throw a no hitter, but of all the guys, maybe Fromber I was most curious about how his start would go, but Blanco, based on his offseason spring, I was extremely curious to see how he pieced it together. You just heard enough talk about him and what he looked like and how
you're
he was
right,
pitching.
man. No, you're right.
Well, that's Mason's favorite player.
It is.
But we talked about this. Like he was dealing that even that last game against when JP pitched for Sugarland and Blanco pitched against. I mean, Blanco was dealing, but then you have to say, well, this is against Sugarland.
Right.
Is this the real deal? And I mean, this isn't a bad. I mean, Toronto is not a bad team. Like the Blue Jays, the Blue Jays are a good team.
I can be wrong, and I want to be wrong because the guy's life in the last 2 weeks has been unreal. So I mean, I'm happy for him, but I do think he's most effective long term in the pen. That's just my thoughts.
I completely agree.
I mean, you ride that pony as long as you can right now. I mean, you have to. We have no other options.
Yeah.
Hats off, man. Like, what a month for this guy. Or what March and April are this guy's. That's what he's about, man. Having a kid,
me tell you this.
throwing a no-hitter. Jeez.
And to steal,
life-changing.
And he stole Espada's thunder. I mean, Espada's first win. I mean, what a great story for Espada. But I just looked up the score right here. Yankees 5, D-backs 1. Yankees are that offensive lineup is pretty good baseball team. Now their pitching is
Screw the
going to
Yankees.
it's going to be interesting, but I don't know. Yeah. I mean it's early. It's early. Not jumping off cliffs just yet.
I can't wait to see like JP France or someone else like go up to the Bronx and no hit them. Like someone out of nowhere. That's where
Maybe
Javier got his. Remember that? Didn't Javier like
yeah.
start it all off?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did. Just reading as y'all were talking, because obviously we played Blue Jays two more, then we have an off day, and I have a 4-year-old that's decided to wake up, which is awesome.
Hey.
Hey, well, welcome to my life.
Yeah, Josh Young broke his wrist tonight for the Rangers.
Oh wow. Terrible.
Mm. I hate that. I really do that. I hate to hear that for the player. I am just fine with that for the organization.
Yeah, just saw that. Supposedly he hit a
Rangers
home run
can
tonight, and then after he broke his wrist, I guess I don't know. I was just reading that.
the Rangers can suck it, but I feel bad for the player.
All right, anything else y'all want to? We need to talk about that. We need to talk about two more games with the Blue Jays. Obviously, we got to
Right.
win tonight. Thank you, Ronald Blanco, for saving our season. And then we have off Thursday, and then we have 3 games with the team up north. There
four, 3 or 4.
Is it a Monday as well?
I think there's. I think
Tuesday,
it's
Wednesday.
I think it's Friday
I'm looking right
through
now.
Monday. Let me make
It
sure,
is.
but
It is.
yeah,
Four
I think it's a
gamer.
4-game. It's a 4
And
game in North.
don't they come? No, we play the Royals, and then they come right back to Houston, right? We're going to play more than half the games with the Rangers the first month of the season.
Oh, good.
Is that right? Is that right?
Pretty much. And then after that's the Braves, I think.
I'm pulling it up here. So we've
If
got
only there were a way that we could find this out.
yeah. So okay, I got it. So we go
4
to
games
the
with the
Rangers.
Rangers.
We go to the game to the Rangers,
Rangers.
for 4 games after our
And then
off day on Thursday. Then we go to Kansas City for 3, and
Yep.
then turn around and have a 3-game weekend
with the
homestand
Rangers.
against the Rangers, and then 3
then the
after
Braves.
that with the Braves. Yes.
So we've got Thursday. We've got this Thursday. So we've got 2 more with the Blue Jays this Thursday off, and then we're playing some solid baseball until the 18th. And that solid baseball is against the Rangers, the Royals, the Rangers, and the Braves.
You got it. That's it.
Let's go, baby. Hey, like that's
All right,
a series.
Our first set of predictions were absolute trash.
Well,
so
we played like trash, but so we've got 2 more. So what we're going for here is 2 more games against the Blue Jays, and then a 4-game series against the Rangers, and then we'll meet up next Monday, and we'll see how we're doing. Probably at the end of the Rangers game, unless we throw another no-no against them, which would be fantastic.
I don't have a baseball game next Monday, so I'll be freed up. But we'll talk about that offline. So let's do that. Let's
6 games. Two against.
Yeah,
let's
count tonight. Let's count tonight because it's a win. All right, and then let's count 6 more: 2 Blue Jays, 4 Rangers. So, Dorton, you start. What do you think?
All right, I think we end up we'll win the Blue Jays series. So I think we'll either win. I think we win Wednesday night. I can't put my eggs into Framber tomorrow. I can't do it. I can't do it. I hope I'm wrong, but I just can't do it. So I think we win Wednesday. So there's 1, and I think we split the Rangers 2-2. Oh no, this is in South Oklahoma. We win 3.
Mm-hmm.
We win 3 up there.
Ooh.
We win 3. I think our bats. I think our pitching is going to be terrible. I think our bats are going to go off. I think if you are in Vegas, you bet the over in all 4 games this weekend, and you go heavy on the over. And I think that we out hit them 3-1. So I'm going to say we are 4-2
Okay.
after tonight.
Mieski?
Yeah, I'm still split. I'm 3-3, and I don't know necessarily where, but I just know that there's at a minimum 3 games where our bullpen has to come in, and so
Which would make us
that puts
4-7.
what's that?
Yeah, we go
Sorry,
3 and
I
3
think you
before
broke up.
seven.
Overall.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know where that falls.
so our
I
our overall record is 4-7 when we come back here Monday, a week from
I
tonight.
guess. I mean, I like the idea of us
That's
sweeping
terrible.
the
I think we're 5 and
Braves.
6. I think we're 5 and 6.
Y'all
I
see
don't
that
know.
lightning flash?
Yeah,
I don't know
I
what
saw
I
it.
think. I don't know what I think about the Ranger series just yet.
I know what I think
Just
about the
because of
Rangers.
well, the pitching matchups. I mean, we're going to get Hunter
I've looked at them.
Brown, and then so Hunter Brown, JP, or who am I missing?
Okay,
Hunter Brown.
We'll get Brown, Frenchie, Blanco, Framber.
Yeah,
Boy, that just warms the.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what I'm saying.
like that a whole lot.
But I think we out offense them. I think our bats come alive there. I think we see the Jordans start hitting the ball real hard. I think we start seeing Bregman hitting the ball real hard. And I also think we continue to see our catcher that isn't hit the ball real hard.
Best thing that happened tonight was Tucker hit 2 bombs behind Jordan.
I love
That's
it.
the best thing. That's the best
Love it.
thing that happened tonight. So,
Tucker.
all right,
Tucker
you saying 3-3, Mieski?
Yeah, I'll stick with that.
I'm the same. I'm the same only because I'm with Dorton. I think we're going to score a bunch of runs. I just don't trust the bullpen. I think they're going to score a bunch of runs. I think they're going to score a bunch of runs too.
I think the safest play here is bet the over.
Yeah, I'll be looking at those. I think we win the Blue Jays series. I think we split the next 2 games, and then I think we split with the Rangers. I would love to go 3-1, but until I see some improvement out of the pen, I mean,
Agreed.
Yeah, I hear you.
I mean, somebody better get decked in the Rangers series.
Oh man, right off the bat. Oh please,
It'd be awesome.
please.
Put in Belak for his one last hurrah.
Yeah, before you punt him to Missouri City car dealership. I agree. Anything you want to touch on before we wrap this bad boy up? That I'm about to get poured on.
Shout out to Willie D and Rob
Yeah.
Seal, for not only like reaching out but also for titling this episode's podcast.
Two old Flyers, St. Joe Flyers, mentioned us on Facebook tonight. They were at the game.
There. That's awesome that y'all were there.
Awesome to those guys. That is cool. Willie D and Rob B. So that's awesome. That was a cool game to go to. I don't have anything else other than Blanco saved our season.
1-4.
Yes.
Never felt so sweet.
It's time to move a Bray to platoon. It's time.
Well, you've got to get rid of Singleton. You've got to pull up Joey.
I 100% agree. 100% agree. I get that is just a waste of space. But we've talked about it. Real quick, Javier. I know we briefly looked good. Hunter Brown looked good. He just needs to be more efficient.
Yeah.
So those are some positives. Hater's going to be hater. We survived. I don't want to hear from the Yankees fans. It's a long season. There's 157 more left. So boys, got you out on a Monday night after all of our kids' stuff. So with that being said, go Stros.
Go Stros.
Go Stros.
Go Blanco.
No, Blanco.
No, Blanco.